Researchers say more than 60,000 young children in the United States are treated each and every year for accidental overdoses.
You've heard a lot about it this week, about prescription overdoses in adults, but tonight we'll tell you why this can be a problem with children as well. News Channel 9's Alyssa Spirato spoke to a local doctor and some parents today. She has more on what you can do to make sure your child never becomes a statistic. Alyssa?
Dave, Lindsay, parents I spoke with say they take all precautions necessary to make sure their little one doesn't get into anything they're not supposed to, even if it means their whole house is on lockdown.
You can see Caitlin and Matthew Gabor have their hands full with their 13-month-old daughter, Madeline. They're first-time parents and says rightfully so are paranoid about their little girl getting into anything she's not supposed to. That includes any medication in the Gabor household.
We keep all drugs and even, cleaners and everything out of her reach, and then we lock the doors, lock the cabinets.
According to the CDC, 1 out of every 152-year-olds visits an emergency room in the United States for accidental overdose each year, most of the time as a result from eating or drinking something they shouldn't.
Just because, kids get into everything, and you never know what they're going to get into, and if they don't know how to get into it right then, they'll keep going back to it until they figure it out.
Parents and whatnot, they tend to think of medications as just being things that you get prescribed from the doctor, so they don't think about things like multivitamins or Tylenol or Motrin, and some of these will often have the worst possible side effects.
There are things you can do to protect your child. The CDC recommends storing any medication where your child can't see it. Next, and if and when you use it, put it away immediately. Never leave any medication where it could be in reach. And finally, ask guests in your home to store their personal items away from children.
Sometimes it's even that you have visitors from out of town or other family members, and you're unfamiliar personally with even what they're taking. And they've got luggage laid out and whatnot, so there's lots of opportunities to get into things.
We expected that we would have to keep things up high and keep her safe, but I don't think we really understood exactly how many things could harm her.
Dr. Whaley says among the most common overdoses in children are Motrin and Tylenol. Dave, back to you.
Alyssa Spirato reporting. Thanks.